How can a sinner be right with God so as to escape eternal hell and enter eternal heaven? That's the most important question. How can a sinner be right with holy God so as to escape eternal hell and enter eternal heaven? Borrowing the language of Romans, how can God be just and the justifier of sinners? How can a holy, just God declare sinners righteous and acceptable to Him and His heaven? How can a man be right with God? That's the great moral dilemma of human existence. Because it determines your eternity. How can an infinitely holy God accept sinners? How can they be right with Him so as to escape eternal hell and enter eternal heaven? All the rest of the New Testament points to that same question because, listen to me, the Bible was written to answer that question. The whole Bible was written to answer that question. The answer just comes into clear summation form in the New Testament in Romans and in the Old Testament in Isaiah 53. Isaiah 53 is the condensed version of Romans. Paul could have answered a lot of other questions that people were asking. There were abuses in the ancient world. There were all kinds of injustices. They didn't have justice the way we have justice today. But the whole of the Bible is focused on one question. How can a sinner be right with God so as to escape eternal hell and enter eternal heaven? By the way, Isaiah and Paul gave the same answer. The same answer. Old Testament, New Testament, same answer. Here's the answer. The sinner can be right with God because the servant, the slave of Jehovah, became a substitute and suffered the judgment of God in the sinner's place. He died in our place. To borrow the words of Isaiah 53, He was wounded for our transgressions. God placed His judgment wrath toward sinners on His servant, the substitute, who died a vicarious death. Now, that's the heart of the message of the Bible.